The last decade may not have been the best time for everyone, though for science, it may have been our biggest leap into the future yet. With massive leaps in fields such as artificial intelligence, quantum computing, space research, and medicine, among countless others, we're finally close to solving some of our world's most enduring mysteries. Some mysteries are so persistent that modern day science still has little to no explanation for them. Many of what you'd consider common everyday concepts are actually baffling secrets of nature scientists have been trying to figure out for a while, though little to no success. These are the top 8 things scientists still can't fully explain. Before we get into it, please subscribe to Rite Entertainment for your daily fix on amazing topics. Number 8. Memory. Remembering something from memory doesn't seem to be a complicated task. Almost everyone can do it in less than a second, even if the accuracy of what you remember may depend on other factors. What we don't know, though, is that the simple procedure of remembering things is also of neuroscience's biggest mysteries. While we have a fair understanding of how the brain forms memory, we simply don't know how it gets to retrieve them. The processes that allow the brain to send signals to where the memory is located and get it to the front row is still unknown. That's also why we don't fully understand the diseases like Alzheimer's, as they directly affect our ability to retrieve stored memories. Number 7. Turtles. Sea turtles don't come across as particularly noteworthy creatures. They're found in a variety of habitats around the world and mostly mind their own business, making them seem like they belong where they are. Ask an evolutionary biologist and you'd realize that turtles are another one of those evolutionary mysteries that we just haven't got around fully solving yet. Currently, we don't know where to place turtles on the evolutionary tree, as we've never found a true common ancestor that fits them. While some studies claim that their closest relatives are crocodiles and modern bird species, others place them more closely to lizards and snakes. Number 6. Gravity. Gravity is one of those persistent mysteries of science that manage to get more baffling the more we try to understand them. Just take the fairly recent discovery of gravitational waves, a concept theorized by Einstein and proven almost a century later in 2015, which was supposed to give us more answers than questions. Yet, we've since found multiple bursts of gravitational waves from various corners of the world that just don't make sense. The fundamental problem with gravity is that it's the weakest type of force, which makes it impossible to detect and study in a lab. It only seems strong because it's accumulative and doesn't have positive-negative particles that could cancel each other out. Despite its weakness, that one property allows it to be the dominant force in the universe. Number 5. Viruses. With the coronavirus pandemic still raging in many parts of the world, you can't help but think about how a pesky virus got the better of us with all our advanced medical tech. While it's true that we could have done more to stop it from getting so bad, we won't be that quick to blame anyone but the virus. Viruses are in themselves mysterious creatures that we know shockingly little about. To start with, they're not even technically alive. Viruses are essentially blobs of biological matter that only activate inside a host and have no ability to reproduce or replicate without them. We also have no idea where they originated from and have still not been able to accurately place them on the tree of life. Number 4. Bipedalism. Standing up and walking on 2 feet may have been the single most crucial point in our existence. While there are animals such as apes that can stand for prolonged periods of time, it's only humans that permanently got up on our own 2 feet, so to speak. This has freed our hands to build better weapons and tools, giving us a massive edge over four-legged creatures. If you look at it from an evolutionary perspective, though bipedalism is actually a poorly understood step in the course of our evolution. We're not entirely sure why or even when hominid species started doing it. As we mentioned before, apes already knew how to walk on 2 feet whenever they wanted, though none of them chose to adopt it as a permanent lifestyle as it offers no immediate apparent advantage except us. Number 3. The sun. Understandably, the sun is a bit difficult to study, being that it's a giant ball of burning hot plasma. Still, you think we know a bit about the only star of our solar system, as well as the primary source of energy on Earth. As our equipment gets better and closer to the surface of the sun, we realize that it is actually one of the most mysterious objects in the solar system. The sun is unusually hot, and yes, that's considering that it's already a giant celestial ball that's constantly burning. The surface of the sun usually sits at around 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, though its atmosphere is around 1,000,000 degrees. We think it's because of some mysterious energy released by the sun's core, though again, we're only guessing here. Number 2. Water. We know that water is by far the most common substance found on Earth, as around 71% of the Earth's surface area is covered in it. It's also the biggest reason life exists. We don't know of any life form that isn't water-based. To begin with, water is the only substance that stably exists in all states: solid, liquid, and gas. Scientists have also recently discovered that liquid water can exist in multiple distinct states, each with unique properties of their own. Water is also the only substance which expands when it cools, and vice versa. That may seem like just a cool fact. That one property allows floating ice on giant water bodies to keep water under the surface a bit warmer than usual, as it works as an insulator. Because of that, rivers and lakes freeze from the top down, which would have allowed complex life to survive under the surface during the many ice ages. Number 1. Laughter. Laughter is a fairly regular part of most of our lives, as we don't even think about how many times we laugh in a day, as it comes and goes as a reflex. If we talk about the biological mechanism that triggers laughter, there's still surprisingly little we know about them. Even if we know that a huge part of the brain lights up when we laugh, often involving other parts of the body like legs, we're not sure exactly which of those parts are actually involved in the whole process. Moreover, we don't know when we laugh. It has nothing, or at least very little, to do with humor, as most laughter is in response to social cues or sentences that aren't in themselves funny. Thanks for watching. Please share with a family or a friend, and don't forget to like and leave a comment. Bye!